What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. If you see a reply to your comment on this video or any of my videos telling you to text a WhatsApp number, do not respond. Some of them even look like me. If you want to know if it's me responding, my name will be highlighted. Some of these people don't even look like me, though. There's other profiles. Be careful. It's not me. And if they're trying to tell you to go somewhere else, just use your brain. You'll be able to tell if it's a scam or not 9 times out of 10. But anyways, I want to ask you guys a question. Is 100 ounces of silver enough? It's a very gray area type of question. It's definitely one that is open-ended and has a lot of context behind the scene on how you answer it, because it's really up to you. When are you going to sell? Right? When did you start buying? What is your time frame? What are you trying to get out of silver stacking, right? Are you trying to be wealthy for generations, or are you just trying to make a quick profit, or are you just trying to retire? I mean, all of these questions, or however you answer these questions, is going to depend on, how you answer this question, yes or no. Now, I think 100 ounces, and a lot of other people have said this in the past, a lot of YouTubers say 100 ounces is a great goal for beginners to start out. And your first 100 ounces is usually going to be bullion. And I hope it is, because if you're a beginner, you really have no business diversifying or diving in or investing into higher premium coins, more expensive coins, riskier coins, right? Lower your dollar per ounce average. If you're a beginner, you want to start off slow, understand the markets, understand the places to buy, understand how to stack silver, understand how to store silver. All of these things you will learn over time. Nobody's going to start off an expert. You can watch all the YouTube videos in the world, but until you're actually in the situation where you have silver and it's up to you how to store it properly and hold it properly and not sell it, that's stuff you'll learn over time. How you start stacking is going to be dramatically different in a couple of years. When I first started, I liked poured silver. I didn't really care for coins. And now I love coins, and I don't really care for poured silver. And I've learned a lot of things along the way: patience, balance, budgeting, understanding the true value of a dollar, understanding the true value of silver. So many different things that I've learned, and I apply it to other aspects or areas of my life as well. You see, as a beginner, you haven't really learned the lessons that silver stacking teaches you yet. And you might do a lot of impulse buying, panic selling. You might be more emotionally attached. You might have got a lot of false information or misleading information from silver pumping channels, right? Silver's not hitting $100 tomorrow, not next year, not even in a couple of years. And anyone tells you otherwise, you should probably unsubscribe to them. When I'm giving price forecasts, I like to be realistic, and I do that because I don't want you guys buying all this silver right now thinking, in a rush, thinking you're about to miss the silver explosion, right? There's a lot of clues, there's a lot of things, especially with Joe Biden just announcing the infrastructure plan, that point to higher silver prices, but it's going to take time. Silver is not Bitcoin. Silver is a much, much slower moving market, and rightfully so. It goes off supply and demand. That's why we stack silver, though, because it's the safest, smartest investment. It's a safe haven metal. Nobody can just manipulate it all of a sudden and make the price skyrocket thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars or even tens of dollars like Bitcoin. Reddit short squeeze or the silver squeeze was a perfect example. But that's one of the reasons why silver is so beautiful, is because nobody can manipulate it to a great degree. So first 100 ounces okay, so let's break this down in different scenarios. What would be a scenario where 100 ounces of silver is enough? Let's say you have a minimum wage working job and you can only buy a couple ounces of silver a month, or let's say let's say you can buy like five or so ounces a month, and your goal is 100 ounces. That's going to take you some time, but I promise if you keep stacking, it actually will come a lot quicker than you think, right? I mean, do the math. So when we are stacking, we cannot compare our stack to others. That's one of the first mistakes I did, and a lot of people do. You see channels like Silver Slacker, Numa Stacker, Shadow Stack, these YouTubers that unbox hundreds, if not thousands of ounces of silver in one unboxing video. And and you try to compare and you're like, man, they're buying so much silver, I need to get a whole bunch of silver right now too. And then especially if you watch a video, someone saying that silver is about to explode to $100, by July, then you could see how the panic, the fear can come in. You could see how easily it can happen and how you can end up spending 75-80% of your paycheck on silver, not being able to pay your car payment or your rent, right? That's dangerous. You need to understand how to budget money before you even start stacking. Well, I can't say you need to. All I can do is talk from my experience and throw suggestions out there, but I really hope, because this is what happened to me. In the beginning, I was watching Silver Slacker, still one of my favorite channels, does massive unboxings. I mean, like $10,000 unboxings plus. And I was working a minimum wage job, right? Nowhere near the position I am today. And I tried to mimic that. And what that did was put me in a position where I had to end up selling silver, because when you spend all your money on silver and you don't have money saved up, the first time there's an emergency, a medical bill or something, you have to sell your silver because that's the only thing you really have of value at a loss. And then you have to rebuy silver, usually at a higher price. So I always tell people, before you even start stacking silver, you need to have money saved up in the bank. You have to learn how to hold money. A lot of people don't know how to hold money. A lot of people actually are addicted to spending the money. As soon as they get their hands on $100, it's already spent. It's already spent before they even got the money. All these people that knew they were getting that stimulus check, they already had that money spent before it even hit their bank account. Didn't think about how to invest it. Didn't think they should hold 30-40% of that money. They probably had down to the penny what they were spending all of that money on. And by now, a couple weeks later, all that money's gone. Have nothing to show for it either, probably. See, that's the difference between investors and normal people, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys with that money invested either into silver or Bitcoin or both, or have it saved still. But that's the difference. And if you are one of those people that already spent that and have nothing to show for, then you really got to be careful when it comes to silver stacking, because it's so easy to click buy on AppMex, but it's not so easy to sell. And that's the truth. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. Silver stacking is something that is very safe because at least you're transferring fake money into real money. But it doesn't mean you can't make bad purchases. It doesn't mean you can't get scammed. It doesn't mean that you can't get ripped off. It doesn't mean that you're going to make money. A lot of people think that too. Just because you're buying silver, you automatically think you're going to get rich. That's not true. A lot of people don't make money on silver. You want to know why? Because they sell it too early. Nobody's guaranteed wealth or to profit from their silver because you have your own self-will to sell whenever you want. A lot of people sell way too early. If you buy it and hold it and don't plan on selling it for 10, 15 years, then there's a high probability that you're going to make money. But if you're someone who is very emotionally attached, that gets scared very easily or panicky or watches the price every day, and if it's down a couple pennies or something, you freak out, then you got to be careful, and you have to make sure you hold on for dear life, which is called hodling. Right? Hodling. And this does go a long way of the content you watch on YouTube. The content you watch on YouTube. Right? I'm going to try to tone my videos down from talking about silver exploding and all that because people take it out of context. Definitely take it out of context, but, that's the YouTube game. You have to make over dramatic titles to get clicks. I mean, that's what every single YouTuber does. And if they don't, then they're probably not getting very many views or growing their channel. But right now, it really isn't about views or subscribers to me. I want to make more educational content and not to be as dramatic. So in return, I'm going to do that. So, and it can be taken so easily out of context. In like my Joe Biden video, I was talking about how silver is explosive from Joe Biden's announcement, but a lot of people forgot about the announcement and they just looked at silver's explosive. And they're like, oh, you made another silver's explosive video. And it's like, well, this video is talking about why silver is explosive because of what Joe Biden just announced by the trillions of dollars he's putting in the infrastructure and what that's going to do to silver's price, right? That's extremely explosive. Not going to happen. It's not explosive tomorrow. It's not going to explode tomorrow. But the next 5-10 years, this plan, this infrastructure plan that he's putting in place is explosive for silver. But people take it out of context and just look at silver's explosive and think that I'm trying to be a silver pumper, which is not the case whatsoever. I'm actually the opposite of a silver pumper because I'm realistic. I tell you guys, silver is not going to $100, even $50 anytime soon. Citibank, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, even the Silver Institute have very bullish forecasts on silver, and that's dangerous because then it misleads people thinking that silver is going to be higher than it is or that it will be, and then when that time comes, it doesn't happen, then they get a resentment towards silver, maybe even stop investing into silver completely, entirely, which is extremely dangerous because silver is a great investment. It's just not an investment like Bitcoin. It's much slower paced. You shouldn't be planning on selling your silver for 20 plus years anyways. And if you are, then you're probably in it for the wrong reason. Just like someone commented the other day saying, silver is getting smashed right now. Are we all delusional? Why is everyone so hyped on silver? If you need, like, that's such a contradicting comment. That's great that the price of silver is cheap. I don't want the price of silver to go high anytime soon. The only reason I would want the price of silver to go high is if I need validation that it can go higher or that it is worth more. But I already know it's worth more. The only other reason I would want silver to go higher is if I'm planning on selling. And I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. So why in the world would I want the price of silver to go higher? I don't. I want silver to stay at this price for another 10 plus years and I'll be set because I can get so much more silver and make so much more money if I choose to sell when that day comes. I don't need validation like a lot of people do. You shouldn't either. We know that $26 per ounce of silver is extremely undervalued. That's a steal. And if you don't know that, then you got a lot of work to do, a lot of research to do, because that is blatantly obvious. Donald Trump has posted several things about it, articles, left, right, front, center, up, down, all talking about how silver is extremely undervalued, especially compared to gold. But anyways, is 100 ounces of silver enough? I want you guys to answer that question and explain why. Explain why. Anyone could say yes it is or no it's not, but if you don't explain why, then your answer, your response doesn't have much context to it or validity. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.